それが夜明け前のものであるなら少しだけ微笑ましい。何一つ形のない人のいない海だとしても。
それが君の心のあり方なんだね。何もないことが君の形だった。
それが夜明け前のものであるなら少しだけ微笑ましい。何一つ形のない人のいない海だとしても。
それが君の心のあり方なんだね。何もないことが君の形だった。
Welcome, everyone, for the big night, the big games. Foul Play NA. We're having another best of 5 tonight. It's going to be super exciting. It's going to be between DragOn and BoA, hosted by Rogues Gallery, of course. DragOn is going to be playing Zerg. He always ZVPs, if you're familiar with his Protoss play, and BoA, of course, our Protoss player. With me tonight, we have the illustrious Intrigue, my co-caster, and the brilliant Keen will be our observer, and I, of course, am just too juicy. And yeah, we have a very exciting series tonight. Intrig, how about you let us know about the maps?
The maps are just the ESL maps minus the stupider ones. So
Exactly. And we are. Oh, go ahead.
No, we don't have to finish it. First map is Polyploid.
Yes, the first map's going to be Polyploid. We do have a BAT prize pool for these players. It's going to be $50 for the winner. We also have a Matcherino link, so if you guys want to donate to the Matcherino link, we can get 50 cents added onto that for each donation too. So we would definitely appreciate that. Looks like our players are pretty much ready, so we're going to be heading into the game here in just a second.
Dude, this is hype.
This is very hype. These are both very talented players, so I'm excited to see who will win. I am leaning towards DragOn. I also leaned towards Striker last week when we casted Striker versus BoA, and BoA absolutely crushed Striker 3-0. So we're going to have to see if DragOn can do a little bit better. I think DragOn's better than Striker overall, so I think he should be much stronger. But BoA surprised me a lot last week with this play and how talented it was. So I would not be surprised if we see another big upset like that again.
I think BoA's style might be weaker against DragOn, especially if DragOn does like his really passive turtles work.
DragOn, I mean, DragOn's Zerg style has always been very passive. Of course, we have BoA as the yellow Protoss spawning in the bottom left here, and DragOn as the brown Zerg spawning in the bottom right. And this is Polyploid. Intrig, how about you tell us a little bit about Polyploid PvZ and what you think about it?
Dude, this map is sick for both sides. I think I really like it as both sides. There's a lot of things that are viable, and yeah, it doesn't feel. It feels pretty balanced.
Yeah,
you like that, right?
Pretty balanced. It could be a little tough. Zerg could get up to a lot of bases really quickly on it.
Do you for these positions?
These positions in particular can be a little bit tough because if Zerg can set up any kind of contain on your high ground outside your natural there, and if we look, there's a little raised high ground and a mineral only right outside our main base. If Zerg can get lurkers on there right outside your natural as Protoss, it can be very, very difficult to break out. But of course, there's a lot of ways you can, prevent stuff like that happening. And the easiest way to do it is to just have really strong timings. Also, DragOn is such a passive player. He's normally more defensive oriented. So I'd be very surprised if he goes for any kind of play like that where he's, trying to stop, Zerg getting in that way. So we'll have to see.
I've seen him do some like all-in contains on this map, CVP, like 3 base, low drone count, just all-in lurker contains. So.
Yeah, and it can be really strong because of that high ground ramp right outside your natural. BoA going for a forge fast spin. This is actually really risky how he's doing it because he dropped the forge he dropped the pylon and then he didn't scout right away. So he's going to be in the complete dark here. I really like the scouting pattern by him. He goes up the ramp there so he can see if an overlord's coming from top left. He doesn't see the overlord, so he immediately goes and starts scouting, and he can see the overlord coming to his natural there, the drone there. So now he instantly knows where DragOn is, and all of a sudden it's not as risky. Granted, he still dropped that forge before putting down, or he still dropped that nexus before putting down the cannon. So if DragOn had done something aggressive, the cannon wouldn't have been in time. But in this case, we can actually see that DragOn just went for an overpool. So this is actually a nice little economic advantage for BoA at the start of the game. It's nothing huge, but it's actually pretty good to have that advantage going forward.
I wonder why these Zergs always go overpool. I think on a 4-player map like this, 11 hatch is pretty nice.
11 hatch, I would agree. I think 11 hatch is very strong. But the thing about overpool is it just makes a lot of Zergs feel so much more comfortable against handling gate FE and stuff like that. Whereas if you go for the 11 hatch, it's a little bit risky. Yeah, and it is the first game in the series, so I actually kind of like BoA's decision to go for the Forge for this kind of risky Nexus play early in the series, just because, most likely DragOn's going to be playing safe in the first game, right?
Yeah, it's like the first day. They're trying to figure each other out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're just trying to feel the other person out, see if you have chemistry. And right now, it's looking like BoA is the one with the chemistry, not so much DragOn.
Chemistry is a one person thing.
Yeah, it's just a one person thing these days, dude. Nexus already done. Only 3 probes transferred, so pretty standard so far. We see gas getting mined by DragOn. He's probably going to be getting a layer here in just a second. And look at how BoA is able to take advantage of all these little, intricacies of his build. He's got the core coming down a little bit faster than it otherwise would be able to, because he didn't have to build a pylon before it, which means everything in his build is just a little bit faster. So his Corsair should be out, if he does go Corsairs, which I'm imagining he will since he saw the lair, will be out a little bit quicker than Dragon's Scourge will be out. So a little teeny advantage there.
It's so freaking annoying to have a quick Corsair come out.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, having a Corsair get like 1 or 2 Overlords can literally just cripple Zerg. So Dragon's going to be a little careful about this. He also needs to be a little careful about the Zealot that's out on the map right now, that I don't think Dragon saw leave. So
I don't think he saw it. Yeah.
But he does have that really well-placed Overlord, so he might be able to see it and catch it a little bit early. We'll have to see if Dragon notices it. He's on point today.
I guess it's standard to have 8 Lings out around right now. So
yeah, and he is pumping out a couple of Lings right now. Hopefully that's another pair of Lings about to pop from this egg as well. The Zealot is going to get up there. It has been spotted. There's no drones up here right now, so it's not going to do anything other than, be really annoying. Yeah, and this Zealot all of a sudden trades so effectively because it's in that little gap there, so only 2 Lings at a time can ever attack it. So, and we have another Zealot sneaking into the natural right now, and this is where you can already see BoA's multitasking like really starting to look good. He's already potentially going to get a drone. Oh my god, it just barely gets away, which is very good for Dragon. So he's not actually going to get any. He doesn't actually get anything with these Zealots, but even just being annoying is very effective.
Yeah.
But Dragon actually handled that really cleanly too, like he didn't lose anything. Is he actually? Yeah, okay. He should be able to clean up this Zealot here eventually, right? Oh, they traded.
Wow.
It's still pretty good for BoA overall though, because he was able to, get such a good trade out of that. He got 4 Lings and a drone for 1 Zealot, so not bad at all for him.
It's actually really romantic how the drone dies with the Zealot.
Yeah, I mean, I think that means that they're soulmates, right?
Yeah, I just want someone to die with too.
Yeah, well, you'll probably die alone in Trig. That's unfortunate, but some of us are just destined to die alone, so I wouldn't feel too bad about it.
Wait, so you're not?
No. I am destined to die alone for sure, but I'm like happy to die alone. You wanted someone to die with,
Yeah, yes. I'm dreaming big dreams.
Yeah, no. I've accepted my fate long ago. The second cannon already coming down for BoA, and you see the Corsairs out already scouting around. Dragon also was aware that the Corsairs were going to be too quick, so he actually dropped that Hydra Den early, so he would be able to get Hydras out to defend his Overlords, because he knew his Spire would not be in time. So really smart by Dragon.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
He does need to be careful, because I don't know if he has any Overlords at his third base, so this is a little bit dangerous, because we saw that fast Archives, which could mean a DT is already on its way over here. It could be in any minute. There it's going right now. So if the DT goes straight to the third base, and BoA's been paying attention, he's actually seen the third, it could get a lot of damage done.
I think Dragon might have seen the blur.
Just now, when it was moving out? The Lings are running away like he saw the blur, yeah. So we'll have to see if he has an Overlord coming there. That egg should be an Overlord, realistically speaking. But that DT is getting dangerously close, and if that is an Overlord and there's no Hydras to protect it, it's still dangerous for Dragon.
Yeah, that Overlord's dead.
Yeah, it can literally just be targeted down. The Corsairs don't have to run away from just 2 Hydralisks. They can just target down the Overlord. And drones are already starting to get popped here by this DT.
Yeah.
And now you can see he just has to run all his drones, and that's 2 drones.
That's terrible
for the DT. But the big thing is the running the drones is so bad. And there's a second DT out there already sniping drones as well, which is very good for BoA.
That Overlord just died instantly. This one might die too if he targets the egg.
Yeah, and this is where it gets scary, because 2 DTs do an insane amount of DPS very quickly. So with no speed on his Overlords and just taking free damage from these DTs, BoA's going to follow this up with a really fast Zealot push probably. And this is starting to snowball and get really dangerous for Dragon. It's actually starting to look just like game 1 that Striker played, where BoA did the 2 DT push against Striker on Eclipse.
Yeah.
And it just snowballed and it ended the game, and this is exactly what it's looking like. Dragon is so far behind now. Look at the supplies even. 45 out of 70 to 71 out of 90. He's already 30 supply down. And the DTs are still doing work. The Overlords keep getting sniped. Dragon is just fucking... He's actually losing everything here.
Slow-ass Overlords. Look how slow they are.
His Overlords... I can't believe he doesn't have Overlord speed at 8 minutes. That's such slow Overlord speed, and they're just getting into the... This is like a disaster game for Dragon already. So much has gone wrong. Finally, Overlord speed finishes, but he's already 20 supply behind. And, you know, this whole time back at home, BoA is just powering. He's already up to 7 gateways, has High Templar done, completely safe.
It's only 3 courses. Yeah. He's gonna have a lot. I don't think Dragon can hold this, and if he holds it, he's dead anyway. So.
Yeah, I mean, he's in a really tough spot here. Here comes the push right now. I'll be curious to see if he's bringing out his High Templar too. He is. Slow Zealot still, but I'm imagining Zealot speed has got to be close to finishing here any second. And this is going to be 4 storms at least against like 15 Hydralisks. There is like almost no way he can hold it. I really love the addition of the Sunken. The Sunken is super smart. It gives him at least some chances to hold because it's not that many Zealots, but this looks really, really tough for Dragon already.
Yeah, this looks really bad.
Here comes BoA. Speed just finishes. Big storm on all the Hydras. He's trying to snipe the High Templar, but like he has to worry about the Zealots too. There's so many Zealots, and he doesn't have anything, man. So Corsairs are getting work done on all the Overlords, and I think he's busted, man. He already looks so busted.
He's busted.
And here comes Storm on all the drones. Even if he holds this, like the damage has already been done at this point, you know? Like this didn't do much for BoA. Yeah, but it has done. It's done like crippling damage, you know? Killing so many drones already.
This isn't even the main. It's not even like the main attack. Right?
Yeah, this isn't even. This was just like a follow up to the DTs. And he gets dead. This is already too many Zealots. I don't even think he can hold. But BoA's gonna back off. Surprisingly, I think he could have literally just kept forcing his way through there. But look at the supplies, man. It looks so hopeless. 48 out of 38 versus 93 out of 114. Like there's just no chance for Dragon in this game. Yeah, there's no chance. Even if he holds here.
In the first game of the series, would you rather just leave, or would you just like stay in?
It's tough. I think it comes down to the player. If you're getting tilted by the game, obviously you want to leave, right? Because you don't want to be thrown off your whole game for the rest of the series. So if you are getting tilted, you definitely want to leave the game early. But in this case, like I don't know, Dragon. This is looking really, really bad.
Maybe this is looking good.
I kind of want to change my prediction now to BoA because like I keep underestimating BoA, and then he just absolutely stomps game 1, and it's like, oh, BoA's just on another level, and it honestly kind of looks like after this game, obviously everyone can get caught with a build once in a while, but after this game, it looks like BoA might just be on a different level from Dragon, to be honest.
The weird thing to me is, so this happened to Striker too. I think both Zergs, had enough information to know it was DT first, right?
You would think so, because there's a timing period where if you don't see the speed lots or if you don't see +1 finish, that you know it's probably going to be DTs. And
Dragon had an Overlord in the main.
He had an Overlord in the main, so he had to see the timing of the Citadel and the Templar's Archives. And you can see Dragon's doing like all the right things he can to potentially recover in this game, getting lurkers out. Obviously, he's just trying to buy time so that he can get his drone count up to an appropriate amount. But I don't think BoA is going to give him anywhere close to the amount of time that he needs to potentially hold here. Observer's already on the way. Observer's already out, actually, with his army, and this is the killing blow here for sure. Dude, there's no way he holds this.
There's no way.
This is almost doubling his supply, and he's just going to be able to pull right on through and just end the game here. An insta-GG as soon as Dragon sees the army, and incredibly convincing game 1 by BoA, and I'm very, very surprised by how convincing it was, to be honest.
Do you think it's 3-0?
It's tough to say. I mean, people do get caught by builds every once in a while, right? And then they just lose. And that game, it could have been Dragon just missed that it was DTs and got caught, and now, he just has to insta-GG because of that. But, that was a very convincing win, and it starts to make me very worried for Dragon in the future,
The game 2 is really important. We really have to see what happens.
If it's another like blowout win like that, then definitely a little dangerous.
Yeah, I hope Dragon just takes a moment to just think about the game, collect himself. He can think about how this loss won't be as sad as dying alone 20 years in the future. So hopefully that'll ground him and get him ready.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Very true. Looks like we're waiting on the next game here.
Dragon's watching the replay.
I think Dragon might be watching the replay.
The best way to watch replays is to just skip to the end.
Yeah, normally what I like to do is after I lose a game, I just hit that watch replay button, skip all the way to the end, and then it's like I just have such a big brain that even though the replay is just skipping through it, I can just absorb all that information without actually seeing any of it. You know,
you just deduce all the details.
Yeah, I mean it's pretty easy if you have a high IQ like me. You can just actually figure these things out. But some people actually need to watch it to understand what's going on, and I don't really get it.
Wait, actually, you're the guy that runs twitch.tv/just2juicy, right?
Yeah, that's my channel. Yeah, I'm a high A rank NA Protoss player. You know, not
you're the actual player, right?
Yeah, I play sometimes, not very frequently
anymore. I mean, you're the actual guy. You're not like his representative. One of his...
Oh no! I'm his representative. Yeah.
Dude, I'm a big fan.
You would think the real Just2Juicy would be here right now, man? No, I'm just his fan.
No, he's very busy.
He's very busy all the time, dude. Just2Juicy would never show up to Cats event, dude. No, I'm just kidding. Of course I'm Just. I'm here. I'm entertaining for everyone out there. I hope you guys are all having a fun time with the cast so far. Definitely hit that follow button if you are. This is, of course, hosted by Rogues Gallery. We want to continue hosting these events, so I hope you guys are all enjoying it. If you'd like to see more NA content, please drop that follow and
donate to the Match Arena link. It's at matcharena.com/something.
Yeah, definitely donate to the Match Arena link. And we want to put on a lot of these events. We want to grow the NA scene. So yeah, if you guys like it, hit that follow button and support us, please.
Okay, so top right, we have, bottom left. We have Dragon.
Yeah, bottom left in the teal Zerg, we have Drag. And then top right in the red Protoss, we have BoA. And Intrigue, do you remember what happened to Striker on this map, man?
Yeah, it was the same build as Game 1.
It was basically the same build as Game 1. There was a little bit different in the game against Striker because he went for a much faster Zealot follow-up instead of going for the quick, High Templar push like he did in this game. But honestly, it was so effective in that game, I wouldn't be surprised if we see BoA drop that build again on this map. The great thing about that build on this map is that the distance between the natural and the third base is very far. So getting your Hydras to help out your third base when the DTs are already there is actually really difficult, especially if you don't have speed done or anything like that, you know?
Yeah, I hope, if Dragon Scouts are there, it's very reactable, right? You can cut some Hydras,
that's the thing.
Get faster Overlord speed, make sure you have 2 Overlords everywhere. You know, it's not like a imbalanced build. You have to respond quickly.
Obviously, all builds have counters in StarCraft, so just being aware of what's going to happen is very important. And that's why I'm actually really happy that Dragon wants to replay. It shows that he's probably not even tilted from the first game. He just wanted to understand where he went wrong. And now that he knows where he went wrong, we'll probably see some pretty big adjustments from him this game.
Yeah.
And in fact, we're already seeing one. We're already seeing one. He's going for a 12 instead of an overpull. Yeah. And that's a huge adjustment to make. So all of a sudden, this big economic advantage BoA got from last game where he was able to go for the Forge and then the Nexus and then the Cannon is actually really negated here because now he's going for the Forge first instead of just going for a straight 12 Nexus or being able to block, Dragon's fast expansion himself. The late Probe Scout
you think it's because he saw the late Probe Scout last game?
I 100% think it's because the last game he didn't do an immediate scout. Oh, but we can see a cannon rush going down. Yeah, we can hear the cannon rush going down in the natural there. We're going to have to see if Dragon sees this. I think he heard it. He might see it. He already knows it's coming. I don't think this is going to work. You can definitely jump drones over this. This is very easy to jump drones over. We'll have to see if Dragon is capable of doing it. Gets the first drone over. Gets the second drone over. 2 perfect drones. Wow, really sick by Dragon. He did that so quickly, so efficiently, and he just holds this perfectly. And now, look at BoA's money. It's spiking all the way up to 600. His Nexus is so late already. This is fucking perfect for Dragon. You could not have asked for a better start, dude. That was actually. Again. Is he actually going for another cannon rush?
Yeah.
Oh, he is going to go for it again, but I feel like the pool might already be started. It should be pretty close to
might be almost finished, yeah.
Yeah, it's already done, so like this isn't even gonna. This never works because you can just drop the sunken, and the lings aren't blocked like the drones are. The lings are smaller, and he gets the scouting probe. Dude, this is like a disaster game for BoA. Like everything has gone absolutely wrong here. Ling's already out. They're gonna be able to get on the cannon. The sunken can help take out the cannon. There's no way this ever works, and it's just so bad for BoA to be in this position already. His Nexus was late. You know, this is like a complete you know, change of fortunes from the first game where Dragon was way behind from the opening. Now Dragon's way ahead after this opening.
So if you're just tuning in, if you see a cannon rush like that and you stop it, it's important to type a question mark.
Yeah, if you want to be known as a toxic NA player, you gotta drop the question mark right now, man.
Yeah.
But Dragon 2 mana, of course, to do that. But yeah, BoA's got to feel absolutely awful about his position. Look at how late all his tech is, man. He doesn't have a core. He doesn't have anything. His gateway is not even finished. His Nexus is just now done. Like, Dragon might... He's like already even in supply. He might even be ahead in worker count already, which would be absolutely insane. Yeah.
He can just make drones forever.
He can literally just make drones forever. He has nothing to worry about. His Overlord Sarah can see everything. It's already got an Overlord in the main. He sees how late the core is. Dragon is feeling so good this game, man.
Like in these scenarios, it's just like a Harvest Moon or Stardew Valley. You're just like building stuff and mining. It's the best.
Yeah, when Zerg can get away just droning for free, it's such a good feeling for Zerg. I mean, drones make the world go round, man. Make the Zerg economy happy. And look at this. He's getting away with fucking murder here, man. He can do whatever he wants, and there's nothing that BoA can do to stop it, because everything is late. I think he did start a lair. Yep. Yeah, so his layer's already on the way. I'm sure he's got Zergling speed on the way since he hasn't started a Hydra Den yet. So he's probably going to be using Zerglings to see this. My one concern is that I don't know if he saw the Zealot moving out, so the Zealot could get some work done here, maybe. He only has one Ling here, so it's one thing he has to be a little bit careful about. He might have to run his drones from his third, but even just like running your drones from your third for a little bit, obviously it's a little inconvenient, but he's still way ahead, even if he does have to run his drones for a little
it's
a couple minutes here. But he does need to be careful here. He doesn't, because there's another Zealot coming here, and this is where it can get a little scary if it starts to spiral, where you can't, you know, catch your breath for a second, and then all of a sudden, you know, you're throwing away your lead here.
He does have a Sunken at the natural. So...
that makes it way easier, where he doesn't have to worry about like a Zealot running into his natural and, you know, really splitting his multitasking. He only has to focus on one thing. But it's still a little bit scary because he doesn't have enough Zealots to deal with these, or enough Zerglings to deal with these Zealots quite yet.
I'm surprised he made a Sunken here.
It looks like he is going to make a Sunken.
I guess he needs one.
But even still, even though these Zealots are getting a little bit done, you also have to remember that BoA's investing a lot of money into these Zealots, and losing them means that his later timing attack isn't going to be nearly as strong as it otherwise would have been. And now with the Sunken down, there's no worry, because he doesn't have to actually worry about losing anything here. Let's see if he can snipe a drone. Nope. Zealots decide not to even attack him. I mean, like, BoA's doing everything he can to make this as, you know, maximize the amount of value he can get out of these Zealots as he can. But I just don't think it's going to be enough to catch back up quite yet. It looks like we already have a Templar's Archive. 2 Templar's Archives. So you can see BoA's really feeling the heat. One in the natural, one in the main. So big mistake there. Archives are expensive, man.
Yeah,
so,
they're
like
expensive.
that's 200 gas, 150 minerals that he accidentally spent. That's, you know, like a full Templar and Storm that he just wasted. But I mean, he is going for the DT push again, so maybe the DTs can get some work done. I mean, it's a little bit scary because there's not much here to defend against these 2 Corsairs, but there are already 2 Overlords, and 2 Overlords should be enough to make sure that no DT, or these 2 Corsairs can't kill both of them before the DT was handled, you know?
Yeah, I wonder if these DTs get shut down, he might just get rolled, right? I guess it's kind of fun.
Dragon, this is something where Dragon definitely, I feel like, could just counterattack with the big swell of Hydralisk if he wanted to. But it is still a little bit risky here. He needs to be careful not to lose all his Hydralisk, because that's obviously very dangerous. He needs to target down the DT. Is it going to turn into the exact same game as last time, dude? He loses all his... Oh, no! Dragon loses all his Overlords here because he doesn't have enough Hydralisk. And all of a sudden, it's going to snowball again if he doesn't get another Overlord over here in time. He is sniping off all the Corsairs, so this doesn't seem like it's going to be nearly as bad as it was last time. But once again, BoA's making a game out of something that feels like it should have been over. You know what I mean?
Yeah, dude, he had 3 Overlords here. What happened? It was like...
He just didn't have enough Hydras. He only had
Hydras
2
were so
Hydras
late.
to defend against 3 Corsairs. So now all of a sudden, he's in this panic situation where he doesn't have enough stuff to hold here. The good thing is that the Overlords are going to pop this time, and he does actually have like a good Hydra force behind it this time. Whereas last time, he literally lost all his Hydralists before he could get any more Overlords, so it just kept snowballing and snowballing and snowballing. In this case, it's not going to be. Or this time, it's not going to be the case. Yeah.
This guy's going to go for bust.
Yeah. Dropping fat gateways right now.
Dude, those are so fat.
Those were some fat gateways, dude, and that's a lot of them. I think that was already up to 8 gates. But they are a little bit late. Like 8:41, 8:30 is a little bit late to be dropping your gateways. If ideally you want to already be up to like 4 gateways by 8 minutes. So having his gateways this late definitely gives DragOn a lot of opportunity to still drone for a while here. But he needs to be careful. He doesn't want to get caught again.
Yeah. Does he have a second forge? Is this a double forge?
No, looks like just a single forge build. I wonder if he's going for the 1-1, which most Protosses prefer to do these days. Right now, he doesn't even have any upgrades, so you can see just how late his +1 is. This was the same thing that happened last time against Striker. He always had a relatively late +1, which you can take a lot of advantage of that as a Zerg player. If you get that +1 Carapace and you stay ahead of Carapace the whole time, Protoss Zealots will never trade efficiently against you. Forcing out storms. This is all really good by DragOn, Forcing out these storms. That's 2 storms for 7 Hydralists. And it hasn't cost any Force and Archon wealth there, which I don't think was worth it. But, there's nothing really wrong with Archons. They're just not that good against Hydralists. So I always try to keep my High Templar alive a little bit longer. And he forces another storm. Like, I don't know. Trading this many Hydras for 3 storms and 2 High Templar into an Archon, it seems pretty worth it to me.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's like... But
DragOn still needs to hold this push coming up, and he's been droning really hard, so it's looking a little scary. In fact, it's looking very scary now that I see just how few units DragOn actually has. So here comes the push. DragOn doesn't want to get caught out in the middle of nowhere here with this Hydralist. Zealots can definitely chase these guys down.
Yeah, he's just going to try to delay this army, I think.
Yeah, he has to delay. I think he wants to try to snipe the High Templar as well, but they're so far behind the army that he's having a hard time doing it. And he really still does not have a lot of units here. The DTs may have done more damage than we expected, along with the Zealots. And all of a sudden, it's looking like DragOn's actually the one in a lot of trouble here. This is very strong push by BoA. We have to remember that he hasn't taken a 3rd base behind this quite yet. It looks like he's gearing up to take one right now. But if he can bust right here, he doesn't even need to worry about taking a 3rd base. He can just end the game. And it's looking like he might be able to just end the game, man.
Spike is a little late for DragOn.
Yeah, here comes and the Archon can do so much work on the drones if he decides to target him there. All the Zealots are getting in the natural, and there's just no Hydralists left. All the fucking Hydras got stormed and killed. And it doesn't look like DragOn has any army left. It's just looking like BoA's going to be able to bust right through, dude. All the drones are getting melted now. All the Hydras are already dead. There's nothing left in the natural. The Archon finally goes down. There's still 17 Zealots left and no Hydras left. And the game's just over, dude. DragOn just gets absolutely rolled, dude. Absolutely rolled by this timing attack. And from such a good position, he stops the cannon rush, and BoA just powers right through and absolutely crushes him, dude.
I think maybe DragOn was just too greedy with his drone, maybe.
He got caught.
He
got caught by the Zealots, I think, and that really cost him the game, getting caught by those Zealots. And it's actually looking like BoA might just stomp again, dude. Like, this is getting really, really frightening. When you have such an advantage where you literally are able to stop a cannon rush, like, that is the best feeling as Zerg. Stopping a cannon rush makes you feel so far ahead.
Yeah, it feels amazing.
Especially after you go for like a 12 hatch like that. It just feels amazing. And BoA just doesn't care. He just powers through. His core is super late. He builds 2 archives, and it doesn't matter. He just out macros DragOn that hard, dude. He out multitasks them.
Yeah, DragOn, is he watching a replay again? No, he's not. It
looks like he's in the channel.
Is he tilted? He's tilted.
Optimizer. Yeah. I'm actually very worried now. Now I'm actually starting to think it's going to be a 3-0 again, and it's going to be it's going to be even faster than the Striker 3-0. Dude, we're gonna have to find someone that can stop fucking BoA, dude. The guy is out of control, dude. I didn't realize BoA was such a beast. I keep doubting him. I thought DragOn was gonna be able to win this show match, and he's just on another level from everyone else that we've seen so far.
Yeah,
like, he is that good, dude.
He's 5-0, right?
He's 5-0 right now. He beat Striker 3-0, and now it's looking like DragOn's going to get 3-0, dude. It's actually really insane to me how much better BoA is than, I don't want to say he's like that much better, but like just how dominant he's been in the show matches. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and you know what's scary? Like, BoA is also much better looking and richer than DragOn.
I'm sure BoA is, not only is he rich in his Brood War play, he's rich in his personality and life, man.
Yeah, and his mind too. He
And
reads
his
a lot.
mind, yeah. Well, and he has a lot of fans now, dude. When we do the winners interview, we got to bring up how many more fans he's won this time. We have DragOn, or BoA, I mean, spawning as the white Protoss in the bottom left, and DragOn as the blue Zerg in the top right. And how do you feel about cross positions on Optimizer? Intrigue, who do you think it favors?
I have no clue. I've never played this one.
I have played Optimizer twice. I've only played it PvT though. I played it against 2 Nation War opponents. If you guys are familiar with Nation Wars, it's another big foreign Brood War tournament going on right now. It's very fun. So definitely check it out. I've lost both my games, unfortunately. Sometimes you just I got 2-facted one game and I got 2-facted in the second game as well. So it's just kind of rough. But
so I was trying to help you brag, but
no, unfortunately I couldn't brag there. I got stomped both my games, but they were against good opponents, so don't feel bad about it. You're gonna lose sometimes, you're gonna win sometimes.
So
as we can see, Evan also got stomped, or Keen got stomped. So
NA is just full of bad players, honestly, except for BoA. It looks like.
Yeah, BoA's great. I am honestly BoA's becoming my new favorite NA Protoss. TT1 was it for the longest time, but
TT1?
He's some super inactive Protoss that doesn't play much anymore. So it's kind of sad. He's my idol. He's if you guys don't know who TT1 is, he's a really great NA toss, very talented, but unfortunately he quit Brood War long ago and he doesn't play anymore. Of course, I'm just shaming TT1 because he's in the chat and I saw him talking, so just want him to play more games so I can watch more of his games.
He quit StarCraft because of his hemorrhoid problem.
Yeah, or I think he needed some ointment from his doctor or something.
There's something really disgusting.
Yeah, it was some kind of horrible medical disease that he had. But BoA actually going for the gate FE for the first time this game, but it's actually probably the worst map. Or, I mean, not the worst map, but the worst spawning positions for him. Yeah, so he cross position. Really good for DragOn to get away with this. And DragOn also going again for the 12 hatch, I believe. So, once again, 11 hatch. So, 11 hatch is actually really good counter to gate FE. It's probably the best counter you can get because it means you can actually get enough wings out in time from your natural hatchery and from your main hatchery to just absolutely stomp it. Your pool should be finished in time, too. But we're going to have to see if he... what was that?
The only danger with 11 hatch is the first zealot can get into your main mineral line, but it's cross position, so it might not get fully there. We'll see.
And I wasn't paying 100% attention, but I was pretty sure that BoA did the 10 gate and not the 9 gate, which means the zealot's actually a little bit later, which actually means the Zergling should be popping even before the zealot can get into the mineral line. So that's obviously very, very good for DragOn because it means he's going to be able to shut down this gate FE very effectively here. Zergling should be able to pop right now, just about right now. Let's see if he loses any drones to this. No drones lost yet. One drone lost.
Oh,
just one drone though. As it was simply preventable, but as long as you only lose one, it's not the end of the world. Especially if you can get this first zealot, and it looks like he's getting a really, really good surround on this first zealot. Needs to be a little bit careful. Get the probe here. Doesn't look like he's going to get the probe, but he does get the zealot. Only one drone. One drone to be able to get away with that 11 hatch is actually worth it, in my opinion.
That's not bad. Yeah, I don't think it's that bad. Dude, look at this far third. I was wondering if he was going to go for this far third because he got stopped in the first 2 games. I think DragOn is known for this far third style.
Well, on Eclipse, there isn't really a good place to do any kind of far third shenanigans, and that was the second map he picked. So I'm surprised that he is going for the far third. But on this map, I don't know where you would really put your third base. I guess you could put it at 12 o'clock, or I guess 1 o'clock, or I mean, right around there. I don't know how effective that would be, though.
I think we've watched a lot of Korean VODs where they go far third. It seems pretty popular.
On Optimizer, have you seen any pros do that Intrigue?
Yeah. I've seen this far third. I think maybe like a third of the time they do this.
I'm a little surprised that he actually decided to take it there and not on top left. I know you can mine out the mineral bases in top left and get in there, but it seems like it would be really difficult to do. And that horizontal place is...
Maybe he gets a free 5th base at 3 o'clock once he mines out.
We do have the Hydra Den here, so it looks like Drag's going to be going for an early Hydra bust here. Let's take a look at BoA's base and see if he's got any kind of hint that this is coming. Only one cannon so far. He did go for that gate FE. The core is not even finished yet. So these Hydras could get definitely some work done if they're able to go across the map unscouted. And the great thing for DragOn here is that he already got the probe out of his base, and now you can actually just deny all vision whatsoever from ever hitting any of his bases, you know? So that's going to make BoA feel really uncomfortable. But we'll have to see if BoA wants to play greedy. He shouldn't play greedy because he's obviously proven that, you know, he doesn't need to play greedy to win the game. He can play with plenty of mistakes and still win the game. So we'll have to see what DragOn's able to pull off here. I'm actually...
It looks like a 973. So
yeah, it's very close to 973. Yeah. But I wonder if this is more of a response to DragOn just feeling like he can't compete against BoA in a macro match anymore, and so he's just going to, you know, try to cheese him out of the game, you know?
Yeah, I guess we can tell his intentions right away by his how many Hydras he makes and how long
look at this. BoA is so smart. He sneaks out how do 4 Zealots get out and go across to your third base without DragOn noticing? Very sloppy play by DragOn to just not notice 4 Zealots leaving natural. Where's his Overlord scouting this? And now these Zealots are just going to do work on this base here, and he sees the Hydralisk already. So what does Drag have to do? He's got to run his drones. He's going to lose his base, maybe. He's got to send a Hydras down here. Gives BoA all the time in the world to get up more cannons and defend his home. So now this 973 is actually turning into like a complete disaster already.
This is a disaster.
This is a complete disaster, yeah. He's lost Hydralisk to this. I mean, he's going to clean up these Zealots, all right, but like by the time he gets over to the base, you know, it's going to be too late to actually get anything done. Look at how many cannons are already up.
Yeah, he has to try to macro out of this. Oh shit.
Dude, and BoA is so smart getting 2 Zealots out, dude. They're going to get right over to the third base again, and they're just going to do so much work. BoA is actually just playing so incredibly smart that I'm actually very impressed, dude. It's like really impressive.
He's very aptly named. He's a little snake.
He is, yeah. His multitasking is actually pretty impressive, and the fact that he's able to get so many units out of that one gateway is actually really cool. DragOn sees it clearly. Will he notice on the minimap? It doesn't look like he's noticed at all. He still hasn't noticed. You can see, if you look at the minimap, you can see he's focused completely on the BoA's natural. So these 2 Zealots just get straight to the third base. And now he's just going to start losing drones here.
This is a horrible feeling.
This feels so bad when you see 2 Zealots there. 1 drone goes down, and it just denies all mining from his base. So if you're going to transition out of this into a normal build, like all of a sudden now you feel like, oh, I've got to all in, right? Because like, oh, yeah, my economy is so damaged, I can't even not all in.
Here's the commit. He's going.
Yep, he goes in. But there's just too much, and I actually feel like he's just going to GG right after this, maybe potentially. I mean, he's picking up a lot of probes at least, which is good, you know.
Once the Reaver's out, I think DragOn's just dead.
Yeah, once the Reaver gets out, it's certainly looking very bad for DragOn, man. And there's the Reaver. It's gonna get a fat, juicy scarab shot off here in just a second, I hope. Man, we're gonna have to start turning these into like best of 13, so we just get like a normal amount of games where BoA just like 7-0s, you know?
Yeah, just to fill time.
Yeah, just to save a little bit of time. I mean, this show match is gonna be over in less than an hour, dude. At this rate, it's actually insane how well BoA's played in all these show matches. Picking off Overlords now, Dragon supply block, dude.
So many 3-0s.
Yeah, BoA's just on a different level from a lot of these players, man. We're gonna have to really dig someone out of the works, man. Intrig, are you ready, man? We're gonna have to throw you in next, dude.
Yeah, I'll do it.
You think you can handle this?
Dude, I'm sick.
I mean, you've seen his builds now. You know what he does. You should be ready for it, dude.
I'm gonna put all my Overlords on my third. You gonna build this 4?
Yeah, and I don't know. I mean, once again, this is another game where like it's not over, but it feels pretty hopeless for Drag already because the Reaver is out. There's already a lot of Corsairs, and the speed shuttle is done, and like I mean, if the speed shuttle gets anything done here, if it kills 4 drones, then it's like Dragon's economy is going to be so crippled. Like, what can he even do at that point, you know?
Oh,
Let's take a look at the scarab shot. Fat scarab shot right there. Another one incoming right here in a second. Oh, and we need to see some good micro on this Reaver here. Looks like we're getting some pretty decent micro here so far. Look, 2 Hydras left here. Meanwhile, the Reaver is untouched.
They might just go straight up.
The Reaver's dead. I take that back. So a little bit sloppy there by BoA. It's actually probably as good as DragOn could have hoped for in that situation. So
yeah, that's not bad. He can do drones.
He's going to be able to stay in the game a little bit longer now. And he's actually, you know, if he can get up a decent drone count here, then he's in a good spot, you know?
I'm surprised BoA committed with that Reaver. With your first Reaver, you don't have to.
Yeah, you can definitely wait for a little bit more Reavers. I was okay with the harassment of the Hydralist at first, but then it seemed like he overstayed his welcome a little bit too long when he lost the Reaver there. So a little bit of sloppiness there. And the craziest thing is, it's not like BoA is playing perfect games. Any of these games, he had the 2 archives last time. He lost the Cannon Rush and Eclipse as well. It's just that he's so consistent over the course of the game, you know? Like, even though he makes minor mistakes here and there, he just stays consistent with his macro, and he's just able to overpower players. And I have a feeling that's probably what we're going to see as this game continues, that he'll just continually manage to overpower DragOn until the end of the game.
Yeah.
Coming in with 2 more Reavers here. And DragOn needs to be so careful. If he's not paying attention and these Scarabs get off, they can do so much work on the Hydralist, man. He needs to be so careful about his drone count, too! Oh my god, did we do? Oh, thank god the fucking Scarab did not kill 8 drones there. This game would just be straight over, dude. I was so worried for him. And he's gonna get the shuttle. That's very good for DragOn. If he can like get Hydras down here in time. Yeah, these 2 Reavers are just hunting, dude. They're coming for the drones. These drones gotta run, man. They're gonna get popped.
Oh
my god. Oh, against both the Reavers just in time, dude. This is so tense, dude. Watching Reavers slowly waddle their way over to fucking drones is like gonna give me fucking anxiety, dude.
They're just dumb fat worms.
Yeah, they're just dumb fat worms, but they're so hungry for the drones, man.
They're so hungry.
But thankfully they both get picked up. But now come the Zealots, dude, and these Zealots are gonna have speed any second. If I know BoA, he does not miss his timings. He's gonna hit speed here in a second. And DragOn's making drones, dude. He just made a shitload of drones, and he's just gonna get rolled, dude.
He's missed every move out this game, right? Like every single one.
It seems like every move out this series he's missed, man. He missed the first move out in the first game, and the second game he missed move outs as well. And now this Speed Zealots with only 3 Hydras, and this is just gonna be an instant GG here any second, I feel like, because there's just no holding this, dude. This is too many Zealots. He's trying to get his Hydras down here, but they're just not going to get down in time. This hatchery goes down, all these drones go down, and this game's over, dude. This is going to be a 3-0 from BoA. And yeah, man, this is over, dude. This one's so over. Dude, I'm going to have to study BoA's replays, because he is so sick, dude. I didn't think he was this sick. I keep doubting him, but he is just fucking out of this world good, dude. I am super impressed, dude.
He just does stuff that works. Yeah,
he just does stuff that works. Yeah, that's a good way of putting it. Intrigue, that was actually a very astute observation.
Thank you. I know. Yeah.
You're a high IQ, man.
Well, you're very smart too for getting it.
Thank you. I mean, we're just about a community of positivity here at Rogues Gallery.
Positivity and high intelligence.
High intelligence and positivity, dude. Just like everyone, you know. But yeah, super impressive. Really, really impressed by BoA's play. We're going to get him in here for a winner's interview, hopefully, so we can ask him a couple of questions. Any second here.
I wonder if he remembers me.
He remembers you, Intrigue. You're very charming. You think so? Once you meet Intrigue once, you never forget him, guys. Also, if you guys want to hit that follow button in the chat if you enjoyed our casts, we're definitely going to be doing more of these. Once again, hosted by Rogues Gallery. We're committed to making more fun NA tournaments and NA show matches, so we would definitely appreciate the follow there, guys.
We're committed to sending BoA money.
Yeah, basically, this is like the BoA fan club at this point, where we're just trying to find more ways to get BoA richer. We want BoA to go full-time pro Brood War, so. But we are going to be getting the winner's interview in just a second here. We do have a couple of really juicy questions to ask BoA. I hope you've thought of them, Intrigue, because I certainly don't have that many.
Okay, you can go first.
I'll go first. Yeah, I got a couple of good ones to ask. And it's just going to be a couple of seconds here until we are ready for this. Hope you guys, once again, all enjoyed the show match.
Hey, does he know that he won?
It might have been even too fast for BoA, you know?
Yeah. It's just all such a blur.
Do you remember when DeWalt, after he crushed that 2400 Terran, as for right away? BoA, congratulations, man.
Congrats.
Oh, thank you.
Another 3-0. How are you feeling, man?
Well, this time I think I had an advantage because like there was a little bit of lag. So yeah, I feel that.
You thought you had an advantage all the games because of the lag?
Well, yeah, a little bit. I feel like Protoss is an advantage because of the lag. But yeah, and I was lucky too, so.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I was just lucky with my build and all that.
So let me ask you this, but are you familiar with Dragon's Play at all? Did you have any pre-planned strategies specifically for Dragon, or are these just builds you do all the time?
Well, the only time I played against him was during NASL, and then he beat me 2-0, and then I kind of knew that he's very like stable, and then yeah, I just had to like counterattack with his build. So, but I wasn't sure like how he's gonna play today. So
yeah. So these first couple of, or I mean, the first two games, we saw you go pylon, and then you sent your probe back to your main, and then you built your forge, and then you scouted, which is can be kind of risky if they're going like a 9 pull, because they can maybe get their lings in before you're prepared for it. Were you just confident that he was going to overpool or 12 hatch both games?
yeah, because I was just hoping that he wouldn't do the 9 pull. So that's the only like counter build that, yeah, the weakest part for that build. But yeah, I was able to like defend it even if it's like doing overpull. So
yeah. Well, I mean, game 1 was very convincing. You got your DTs in. Did you feel like after your DTs were in, the game was basically over? They had done enough damage, because it kind of looked.
Yeah. At that point, I kind of knew that it's kind of hard to lose that game. So
yeah,
do you usually do that much damage when you do that build?
I'm sorry.
Do you usually do that much damage when you do that build?
Well, it depends. Like sometimes like I don't do that much of damage, but in this case I did a lot. So yeah, that was kind of unusual. I don't really do that much of damage. So
yeah, because you did this build against Striker too, and both times.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
I think they started it, but they still did it. So.
I'm sorry.
Both times your opponent scouted it, and they still died. So.
Yeah,
definitely a very strong build. Let's move on to game 2 on Eclipse. Were you concerned at all when your cannon rush didn't work? Because we were talking about like, oh, this looks so bad for BoA, you know?
Yeah. It was bad in the beginning actually. So yeah, when I practiced it, like I was supposed to build a pylon in between first, so that I can kind of drag the drone out of it. But then I forgot to do it, and the 2 drones came in, so I knew right away that it's gonna be a rough game. So
when did you feel like you had started pulling ahead again? Was it when you had got your zealots to the 3rd, or did you still feel like that had just evened out the game out of curiosity?
Yeah, I didn't feel like I was ahead of the game even with the zealots. I think after the DTs, like I think that's when I felt like, yeah, maybe I can win this game. So
yeah,
until then, like, I wasn't sure.
Yeah, you seem to know when you can go for the killing blow and like when you should be playing more defensively. Do you want to give any like Protoss fans of yours in the chat any tips on like how you can determine where your position is in the game and how you can know when you're strong and when you're weak?
Well, to be honest, like I play Zerg a lot, especially against Protoss. So I kind of like know like what they're going through. So it's kind of if you're a Protoss player, it's good to play like Zerg sometimes against Protoss so that you can know like how to like counteract and all that. So
I noticed that in game 3, when you start the 3-hatch Hydra, you like sneak out zealots and you send them to the 3rd. So that's the most annoying thing possible. Is it because you played Zerg that you know?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that won you the game. Well, you just turned it.
Yeah.
Wide, obviously, you pretty much employed a pretty wide variety of strats here with the Sarah Reaver in game 3. Is that something that you normally go for? Was that situational because you saw the Hydra bus coming that you decided that, the Reavers would be really effective in this situation?
No, I think it's also because of the map, because I've never played Optimizer, but I've been told that it's better to go with the Reaver for that map because, like the extra miners that you can go behind and then the Scarabs can actually go through it. So,
Oh, really?
yeah.
I didn't even know that. So you can actually siege the natural from behind their behind the minerals. That's actually really, really cool. I'll have to use that in my own games, man.
I mean, the location of your Reavers anyway, like from the main, you could hit the mineral patch too, right? That's also really
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah. Overall, man, once again, congratulations. That was super sick. Do you have anything you want to say to your fans? Which this time, definitely you have a lot of fans, man. Like everyone thinks you're sick at Brood War, dude.
Oh, well, I don't know. Like recently, I've been very busy, so I didn't really play much. But I guess I was just lucky, and I just watch a lot of games. I think that really helps too. So, yeah.
Mm-hmm. And one last thing I want to ask you. It looks like I didn't check the final standings, but it looks like you qualified for BSL Pro League. Are you excited for that?
Oh yeah. I've never played that before, so yeah, I'm excited to be the first time player. So
yeah, dude, we're all gonna be cheering for you. We're all hoping you go really far in that, man.
Yeah,
so once
good
again,
luck.
thank you.
Congratulations once again, BoA. We hope to see more of you in the future, man. And of course, if we have any more future show matches, you're still in charge there. So we'll see if we can finally find someone that can put up some good games against you, man.
All right, thank you.
Yep, congratulations,
Thank you.
man.
Yep.
And that's going to be it for us tonight on the Foul Play NA. That was BoA versus DragOn. Of course, BoA taking it 3-0. We hope you all had a great time watching the cast. If you guys did, please hit that follow button. And yeah, we'll probably put on more of these events. So we'll see you guys all in the future. Have a great night.
See you guys.